Good morning and welcome to Herb Oracle Podcast, botanical divination with herbs, essences, flowers, and trees with your host, Herbal Marie. Let's start the day off pulling some oracle cards and getting a few messages. We can shoot the shiitake in a spiritual way-ish. And if you follow me on Instagram, I'll post a pic of the cards at Herb Oracle. Thanks so much for joining me. Here we go. It's Tuesday, so that means we're pulling tarot on Tarot Tuesday at Herb Oracle. I've taken it too far, haven't I? Good morning. Hey, you want to pull some tarot cards with me? We have a fun spread today. I think it's fun because there's hot air balloons on it. And it reminds me of my friend Janet from Reading, Pennsylvania, who is in the non-physical now. And she loved hot air balloons. So when I was like 20, I moved across Pennsylvania with my boyfriend. And I know, my mother must have been so worried about me. Oh my God. But anyways, as the angels have it, they always send someone to watch over you. And that was Janet. And it was so fun because my mom is a Premi of Maraji, Prem Rawat. And this lady also was a Premi of Prem Rawat, Maraji. So anyways, it was just kind of funny that my mom's guru devotee found me, or we found each other somehow. I'm not even sure how that worked out. But anyway, she kind of, she was there for me, kept an eye on me. We hung out a few times, and even after I moved back home, because boyfriends never work out when you're 20. She still kept in touch with me for a while, and I didn't actually hear of her passing until after she passed. She kind of kept it all on the down low. So anyways, she loved hot air balloons and swans, and she was really beautiful. So anyways, Janet, I love you so much. And this one's for you. It's called the Moving Forward Spread. Yeah, where else, what other direction do we want to go? Do we want to go back? I mean, do you even, be honest with me, do you even want to go back to yesterday? No, we do not go back to yesterday. There's only one way to move, and that is forward. So onward. This is a 4-card spread. 1, 2, 3, 4, just all in a square. 1, 2 at the top, 3, 4 at the bottom. Pretty simple. And yeah, there's these beautiful, we're talking a whole gaggle of hot air balloons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that I can see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I was like, that don't seem right. There's 7 at different distances, but how amazing. And what an amazing level of trust for people who ride in them. I'll take pictures of you from the ground, but it's going over this rocky canyon, Arizona landscape, something like that. And there's 4 questions, and this is from starseed.academy. I use starseed.academy's spreads all the time because if you find that you're a favorite creator, you tend to keep on going back to their spreads because you love them. And so starseed.academy on Instagram says, moving forward, the last couple of weeks has seen some very slow energy. Tell me about it. But dense. Anyways, like things are stepping back in order to be moved in a different direction, like a resetting of the tracks. If you have been feeling this, then here is a spread to try to get some clarity on where you are in this process. No example today for the collective. The energies are just too scattered to get a clear read on this. So, anyways, she posted this 4 days ago. And I like it, I guess, mostly because there's hot air balloons on it, but also I love the idea of moving forward. Yesterday was like energy, but I moved forward through it. Dude never showed up to pick up my scrap metal. The children returned from their dad's house. The dad was very sad yesterday and even cried to me, and he misses me and loves me. And what do you tell your divorced spouse when they realize how great you are and how nice it could have been? And it's like, you've moved forward. There's no going back. There's no going back. Not, you know what I mean? No going back, I don't think. So anyways, it was a really weird energy day, but it was okay, I guess. And I slept really good last night. Like I remember enjoying sleeping. And I woke up sweaty at one point in the night, and I just took my shirt off, and then just laid on my belly. Do you know what I mean? Do you ever been like that? Like, I am sleeping so hard, I'm sleeping on my face, and I don't even care. I don't even care if it's making wrinkles on my face. Like, I'm out. That's the kind of sleep I had. Maybe it had something to do with drinking chamomile tea yesterday. Our herb of the week is chamomile. Make sure you listen to that podcast, or you're not going to hear me rant and rave over drunk dudes and how, dang, that was really a theme for me yesterday. But chamomile was so sweet. Really calming, really helped us get into that warm, very warm center inside of us, and just let spirit hold us. Let our higher selves hold us. Let peace, let infinite love hold us, and let our inner child feel safe to come out and play. So I hope that we are going to play more this week. I have to be reminded of that. Soothing our emotions and just gaining stability in our serenity. So that was the affirmations. We'll do that in a hot minute. And then we'll get on to this tarot spread that has 4 questions, the moving forward spread. And here's what they're not even hardly questions. The first card is holding on. The second card is how to let go. The third card is where to go. And the fourth card is who to be. And I love questions like that, because it must be the shapeshifter inside of me, but I'm always more than ready to put on a new persona, a new character. Who do you want me to be today? You invite me to a party. Okay, good. Who do you want to show up? Let me know. Who would you like to show up? And I can really just be whoever. And, but it's who would it serve me best to be right now? Of course, we take our own inner guidance and nudging and direction on this, but it's always fun to see what the cards say. So anyways, I'm over here on starseed.academy. Let me write, doing this spread today, ! And we'll give her some more hearts. Doing the spread today. I wanted to say this spread. Does it matter? So anyways, visit her on starseed.academy. I'll be posting pictures on Herb Oracle. I've already posted this on Tarot Spread Layout. It's a good spread, and I think it'll be fun now that we're calm and tapping into our inner chamomile. This affirmation minute is brought to you by our peaceful and playful herb of the week, chamomile, and I dedicate them all to you. Thank you. I am calm. I relax into the warm comfort of my inner space. I nurture my inner child. I give myself lots of time to play. I soothe my emotions. I am stable in my serenity. I am calm. I relax into the warm comfort of my inner space. I nurture my inner child. I give myself lots of time to play. I soothe my emotions. I am stable in my serenity. And so it is. right. I love those affirmations. I love chamomile. Oh, so here my daughter's getting restless upstairs, which surprises me that they're up so early because they did their first night of online schoolwork. We do night school here apparently. Hey, that's what homeschool's good for. I mean, do your schoolwork whenever it's good for you. But it was so intense, you know. I'm like, their brains must be fried. So anyways, I've been enjoying a few random things I just want to tell you about on YouTube. 3 things. I'm actually enjoying a lot of things on YouTube, never about YouTube. Those guys are corrupt. Corrupt and full of censoring deviousness. But anyways, Shuffle Tarot. She's on Instagram. She's on YouTube. I love her channel. I've been loving her rune readings. But I was just thinking about her because when I watch her videos, when she shuffles her cards, they're like face up, and she can see, like when you're getting the overhead view, you can see all, like, she sees the pictures, and I just think that's totally opposite of how I do it. I like have them face down when I shuffle, like, because I like surprises. But anyways, I noticed that about her, that it was completely opposite. And what's cute is she's in Australia, so maybe like everything in Australia is opposite of what's happening up here in Pennsylvania. But anyways, I love her so much. Check her out, Nina at Shuffle Tarot. The other thing that really happened cool yesterday from Australia was I got an amazing message from someone on my Patreon page from Australia. It was one of my dude listeners, but he's more of a listener for Herbal Marie. So anyways, shout out to Stuart Wildish. Thank you so much for the message that you sent me. He had listened to, remember that podcast I did on Herbal Marie called You Can Spread Disinformation, and it really was such like a tantrum. I was having a bad day. I was having a real bad day, and I let it have it, and I was feeling so unappreciated, and I was like, I just want to quit. But anyways, so he had just listened to that older one. It was the summer, and he basically sent me the most encouraging email and let me know how my podcast has changed his entire family's life. Like, he literally said it's made him a better man and a better husband, and his daughter is doing better with her health issues because she's starting to drink some herbal tea, and his son is like having like a change too, coming out of his shell, feeling more confident. And just, you know, it's just made everything better. And it really, I'm almost ready to cry again thinking about it. Because it's like, holy shit. My dumbass little podcast is literally changing people's lives. And I didn't really realize it because I was too wrapped up suffocating in my own ego. So, Stuart, thank you so much. So much love to Australia. I need to maybe be there sometime. Because I've connected with so many people down under, and I just love them. I freaking love Australia and the people in it. So anyways, mad love to Australia. So that was kind of cool. That was super cool. And then back to YouTube, Tina Louise Spalding. You've heard me talk about her, the Channeling Jesus channel. She is going to be doing 40 days and 40 nights with Jesus. So she's basically offering 80 free channelings on YouTube. And the Jesus channelings are my favorite. And I did a little video pimping her out. And I was saying, you know, at first I was like, who the fuck channels Jesus? Like, I didn't really believe it. And hey, you don't even have to believe it. And that's what I told myself, because the information was so good and so helpful. I was like, I don't care if she's channeling an eggplant from Mars. Like, I don't care who she says she's channeling. I love this energy. So I'm really excited to be following along with her, and I just wanted to invite you and let you know about it. that's happening. Also on YouTube. So I linked to her through my little YouTube video. Of course, if you don't visit me on the regular, my videos get lost because I post so much. I know. I post a lot because I have nothing better to do. All right, so if you have nothing better to do right now, grab your tarot deck. We're going to do a 4-card pull called Moving Forward, the Moving Forward spread by Starseed.Academy. Moving forward, we've got to. Okay, so I've literally been shuffling through the chamomile affirmations and for the last 5 minutes while I've rambled on and on. So because there's another cool spread on, if you go to tarot spread layout, it's called Asking My Stalker. Like, do you ever have, like, because I shuffled and shuffled and shuffled because of the stalker cards. The cards that I'm like, oh, here we go again, yucca. Oh, here we go again. You know what I mean? Like the same cards keep following me. So that's why I wanted to shuffle obnoxiously to kind of, get everybody mixed in there. But there is a cool spread, and of course now I'm gonna get a little sidetracked, but just let's, for 1 second, because I want to tell you about this. If you go to tarot spread layout, it's called Questioning My Stalker card. And it's a tarot spread to understand repeating cards by Emerald Lotus Divination. And it's a 5-card spread. But what's cool is, like, okay, so say like the Lovers card, which I just opened up the deck to get an example. The Lovers card's been stalking you, right? Okay, so you put the Lovers out there in the center, and then the cards around it is like, what message is my stalker card trying to give me? Why does this card continue to follow me? When will this card stop stalking me? Like, it's really like, it is literally questioning your stalker card so that you can understand it, because it's obviously trying to talk to you. How can I accept the lesson that is being offered? How can I find gratitude for the stalker card? So if you have a stalker card, go either to Tarot Spread Layout or Emerald Lotus Divination and sit with your stalker card and literally question it and listen close for the answers and the lessons. And I think that would be really fun. So I'm going to do that at some point. I just have to decide which stalker card to question. But sometimes it does get really obvious that someone is stalking you, a card is stalking you and all that. So, all right, now I'm ready to focus. Now we're going back to the hot air balloons. Okay, we'll see if any of our stalker cards show up today. And then maybe tonight, if you're just waiting for Jesus or me or whoever or Shuffle Tarot. If you're waiting for or Daniel Scranton, if you're waiting for one of my favorites on YouTube, or waiting for me, you guys, I'm really actually gearing up to do more live streams. Spirit just has to send me the energy and get my room set up, and we are going to be hanging out just for the sake of hanging out and holding space and raising our vibe. And so anyways, there's going to be lots of going on YouTube, so I just want to make sure you're invited. Okie doke. Would you ride in a hot air balloon? If it's just at the carnival and we're only going to go 50 feet in the air and still be anchored to the ground, maybe. I mean, I guess I would, but it would just scare me, and it would be beautiful and amazing, and I would kiss the ground. Literally, I'd put my lips on the ground when we got back. I mean, I would do it, but it would, it would challenge me, I suppose. All right, I would have to do it. Janet's just do it. Janet's live while you're living, honey. Even though probably we feel more alive when we're dead. But we're not going to go in that route right now. We're going to go forward, but not that forward. We're going to still stay in our bodies. Okay, so our first question is holding on. So it's like sometimes we want to move forward, but why aren't we? Because we're holding on, right? It's like the escalator's moving, but we're still holding on to the on-ramp handrail. So this first card is going to be holding on. These are the two top cards, left and right. Holding on, and then to the right of it on the top, how to let go. So holding on, and then how to let go. We might as well just pull them both. Okay, so the first card, shuffle and pull a card one. The first card is for what are you holding on to? So holding on. It wants to come off the bottom. Okay, holding on, and then that's what we're holding on to. And then the second card is how to let go. And this one fell out. And I can see it because it's on my lap looking at me. Do you want me to tell you what it is? It's turmeric. All right, so the 8 of Earth is like, I'll be more than happy to tell you how to let go. It's with turmeric. All right, well then tell me what I'm holding on to. What was the first card? The first card is reversed ginger, 8 of fire. Oh, that's interesting to me. 2 8s. So I'm holding on to the 8 of fire, and the 8 of earth is how I'm going to let go. Isn't that interesting? So it's like if I was holding on to fire, literally, and it's burning my skin, which is, oh my God, you guys, I didn't tell you about this, but the palms of my skin, right before I started recording, I looked down and they're peeling, and they never peel. And I thought that's weird, so I went and put on some lotion. But now it's really creeping me out because I just said if I was holding fire and I look like something has burnt my hands. All right. Sorry to be weird, but that's weird. And I am weird. Okay, whatevs. If I'm holding on to fire, how could you put that out for me? Throw some dirt in my hands, right? Like if my hands are on fire, because I'm holding on to the 8 of fire, I'm holding on to ginger. Turmeric's like, okay, we're going to put that fire out. We're going to help you let go of that fire with earth, with soil, with clay, right? If you're on fire, roll on the ground, right? That's what's going to help put out that fire that apparently I'm holding on to, that I need to let go a little bit. So that is really cool to me that I got 2 8s on the top for the moving forward spread. I'm holding on to an 8, and an 8 is also going to be my remedy, my solution for how to let go. So I'm holding on to an 8, and how to let go is also an 8. Holding on to the 8 of fire, 8 of earth is going to help me let go of that. All right, let me grab the guidebook. But before I do, let me just tell you the imagery here. It's like the ginger card. It's that kitchen scene where they're cooking. It's busy. The skillet is on fire. Like whatever's in it, like they're like seriously cooking. Like to me, in my life, if I was like sauteing something to the point that it was like on fire in the skillet, I would maybe be out of my comfort zone a little bit. They've got limes, green onions. It's going to be delicious. It's yummy. But apparently I'm holding on to this 8 of fire. Now what's very interesting is turmeric is the same color. The turmeric is the scene where they're taking the old linens and clothes and pillowcases, and they're these dingy whites. They're dyeing and coloring with the turmeric to make them more fabulous. And so in the pot where this cloth has been soaking, it's like the same color as the fire. So I feel like Spirit is saying, listen, the fire itself is just too hot for you to hold. Now, we're not trying to take it away from you. We've just changed it. Look, it's the same color. It's the same vibrancy. we just need to make this energy into something that isn't going to burn you, isn't going to hurt you. You know, it's like whatever you're holding on to, it's just, look at your hands, Sadie. Look at your hands. They're peeling, okay? You got to let this go, but you're going to keep the intensity, the memory, the lesson, the energy. You're going to keep the wisdom. Look at this color. Nothing is going to be lost. We're just going to change it into a way that's more enjoyable. So think about that if you're moving forward and you're just like, you don't want to let go of something or someone or a routine or I don't know, like what is it that you're like afraid to let go of? Is it because you're afraid of losing it, or you'll feel like there's an empty spot? I feel like this is saying, no, there won't be any empty spot. We're just going to change it so that it's something that doesn't burn you. It'll be better. And look, to just validate that and enforce it, it's the same color, okay? It's like the same exact color. So I love this so much. I love it when my cards speak personally to me, you know, because it's like, I get it. I get it. I don't know if I'm expressing it in the words that show that I get it, but there's something about this that I get. All right, so let me open up the guidebook from the Herb Crafters Tarot and open up to the eights. The eight, first the eight of fire. Okay, so first of all, let's talk about eight. The eights are all about plants whose roots are used as medicine. So we're starting off with roots, empowerment, tenacity. Drawing deep into the earth, they accumulate rich nutrients. So the eights can be difficult to grow. Like the trees, they must establish themselves for several years before they can be sustainably harvested. The roots are collected in the fall when it is cold and wet. We must work to gain access to their medicine. So that also speaks to me personally, because just like they had to establish themselves for several years, so have I. You know, yeah, a year here, 2 years at Herbal Marie, 10 years on my YouTube channel. I've been planting seeds there for a long time. And it's like, that's just all part of establishing myself. So I want to read the rest of this eights page. Because the final mini drama presents an internal challenge. The herb crafter has accepted her higher calling from the trees, but now questions her ability to fulfill her destiny. That's so true, because like I know that Spirit wants me to hold space for people, just do live streams so we can be together. And they did that in a weird way for me. They made me feel lonely last weekend, you know, and it was good insight, because I thought, oh my God, do people feel like this all the time? Like they need me. I need to offer them space for us to be together. And so yeah, it was that. And then I thought, okay, well, I want to help. I want to do it. But then I, like they said here, question her ability to fulfill her destiny. I said, okay, I'll do it, but you have to send me more energy, because like I'm tired. Right? Like, what time of the day do you want me to do this? Because I want to go to bed before 7. Like by 8 o'clock, I like to be in bed. So it's like, okay, Spirit, lay it out and make me understand and give me the energy. So the herbs of the eights pull her into a deeper inquiry as she confronts her relationship to her own nature. She will be faced with speaking her truth, trusting her instincts, walking away, and restoring her self-worth. Ooh. Don't that be resonating like crazy? I mean, like yesterday, you know, the ex-husband's crying to me in the garage. crying. He misses his family. He's not actually asking to be back with me. You know what I mean? But in that moment, it's like, do you let the people back in that hurt you and emotionally, like, I mean, abuse is a hard word, but it felt very abusive at the time. And it's like, my self-worth was like, I don't want to say it was shaking, but it wobbled for a second, you know, because I miss having someone take care of me and buy me gifts and spoil me, you know, and I miss somebody wanting to be with me. But it's like, I'm in the process of restoring my self-worth, right? And so that includes walking away from the fire that burns me. So anyways, her weaknesses become allies, that as she gets to the root of each one, ground and strengthen her for the challenges ahead. The 8s spark action that leads to true self-awareness. So because we got 2 8s up there, I felt like I really wanted to just sit with the number 8 here in the Herb Crafters Tarot. And yeah, all of that felt important to do as we do the moving forward spread. So the first card that you pulled, if you pulled yourself a card, is what you're holding on to. And for me, I got the 8 of Fire reversed, and it's ginger. And she says, her keywords up at the top say, adapt swiftly to unexpected changes. You can handle the heat. Act quickly when inspiration strikes. But, you know, I felt right away that what am I holding on to? I'm literally trying to hold on to fire, and I shouldn't be. So I took this card very, very literal. You know, I'm trying to hold on to something that's burning me, and so weird that I have all this peely skin on my palms. That was so weird for me to see right before I started this podcast. Now it looks better now because I put lotion on it. But very interesting. It's just, I feel like it's just another little sign that says, yeah, you need to move forward. So what have you been holding on to? I don't know, something that I won't let change. Maybe too much heat, holding on to trying to just do too much. I don't know. But let's see what the wisdom of ginger is. Something cooks on every burner in a busy kitchen. Okay, there it is. I'm trying to hold on to everything. I'm trying to still do everything. And, you know, at some point you do have to let go of projects that aren't, it's like a garden. Okay, everything looks good, you know, except that one plant. It's just like, it's just not flourishing. It's not happy there. It just looks like shit. So pull it out, chuck it in the compost, either let that space be empty, nourish that space. Maybe that space needs fertilized. Try something different, or just focus on the plants that are growing good. You know, if you have a whole patch of tomatoes or whatever and one looks sickly, pull it out. Or it's just not doing good, pull it out. You know, get rid of it, let it go. Like, do you have to have something on every single burner? So on my stove, I have 5 burners. Do I need to have something going on every burner? What's interesting about my dysfunctional stove is a knob fell off on the one, so I don't use that one anymore. The other one, it just don't work good anymore. Like, there really is only one good burner, and then one that's okay, and then one that I could use but hardly does anything. So it's interesting that, like, even though I have 5 burners on my stovetop, really, if I'm making something, there's only 2 that I use. So that's kind of a message too. It's like, all right, who cares if you have 5 burners? Let's let 3 trivial things, three trivial things go and focus just on 2 things. things, you know, something like that. So yeah, when we look at this picture, there's a saute pan that is ridiculously alive with flames. Vegetables fly into the air from another pan. A large pot bubbles over with broth. A tray of onions, limes, and ginger root is precariously perched on the edge of the stove. The walls are filled to the brim with spices, herbs, and culinary supplies. You've never seen a kitchen like this. It's amazing. It's a little too much for me, though. I get that. All right, so inspiration comes from all directions. Can you handle so many things at once? So that's what I've been trying to hold on to. Everything. Like, oh yeah, I can do that. I'll get that done. Yep. And believe me, I am incredible. Like, I'm not saying that like arrogantly. Like, I literally am incredible how much I can handle and how much I can do and how much I have done. People don't even realize what I do and what I've done because I work in like 4 different sectors. But anyways, I get what it's saying to me, right? There are some things that I am holding on to that I really don't need to anymore. So like the busy stovetop in this kitchen, everything begs for your attention. Change is happening quickly. Swift action is needed or you may become overwhelmed. Ginger warms the body and fires up energy. When creative possibilities spin all about you, fast, focused movement is key. This is not the time to pause and consider, but instead respond with urgency. Ginger is a spicy medicine, but you can handle the heat. But now, mind you, I got this 8 of fire reversed, and it's answering the question, what am I holding on to? So it literally says to me, you're holding on to too many things. I think the electric went out. All right, so you're holding on to too many things. So the 8 of fire says, here's some good advice. Build your resilience and adapt to unexpected change. Use spicy ginger in cooking. I actually have a knobby. I have a knobby that needs used up. You know what? I'm kind of chilled this week with the rain and stuff, and I could totally use some ginger. Make a ginger elixir. Take it to keep the flames of inspiration burning. Speed up a desired outcome by crafting a magic ginger honey pot. So know what is burning you too much or unnecessarily. That's what we're holding on to. We're holding on to too much. We're trying to use all 5 burners on the stove when really only 2 of them are worth cooking on. So I feel like, what are you holding on to? Too much heat. Too much heat that your little palms are trying to show you that it's starting to get a little hot up in here. Up in here. All right, moving on to our second card. So the electric is out at my house. It's so quiet in here. I love it. Nothing's running. Oh, it just came back on. But I was just going to tell you, I was like, how can I upload my segment without the Wi-Fi? So I created myself a hotspot with my phone and my iPad. Like, I figured out how to do that, and then like the electric just came back on and everything's running crazy now. Humming in the background. It's amazing how much stuff is humming and running and you don't even realize it really. So anyways, I should probably take myself off the hotspot now. We'll see if I can do that real quick. But anyways, so I don't know what that was all about, but that was very interesting. All right, so our next question is how to let go. How to let go. And turmeric comes in with our answer how to let go. And the advice of how to let go is let your tasks be an embodied prayer. Do the work, teach what you know. But of course, I just found it so amazing that what I was trying to hold on to was fire, and this 8 of earth was coming in to soothe my hands. Like, put my hands in the clay, get to work. I don't need to try to juggle all these balls of fire. You know, I don't need to try to like juggle this flaming pan. Just let's put my hands in the earth. Let's do the work. Let's just focus on the task at hand, one thing at a time, you know. So anyways, we look at this beautiful kitchen scene. Fresh turmeric is sliced on a cutting board. An old white dress is lifted from a pot of warm water, mixed with bright orange powder made from the dried root. They've got old t-shirts, dresses, linens. Everyone's getting the dye bath. Everyone's getting a little color today. And the tools are resting on the counter. It's a beautiful blue counter, which is good because if it was all the white might get, turmeric will color it. Freshly dyed garments dry on a line in the sun. You can see those in the background. Now, of course, they don't stay orangey like that. They just fade to a nice goldeny yellow. So this second card is how to let go. How to let go of this 8 of fire, of trying to do too much. Dedication leads to mastery. Is your commitment strong enough? Is your commitment strong enough? Put in the time to hone your skills. It's like, let go of like trying to do it all, because if you try to do it all, you just, you could get it all done, but it's mundane and it's mediocre and it's not mastery. You've mastered nothing except successfully running around like a chicken with your head cut off. Good job. You've gotten a B+ in all your subjects. Wouldn't it maybe a C-, to tell you the truth? I mean, yeah, you get them done, but it's like, wouldn't you love 100%? Wouldn't you love a perfect score? Wouldn't you love mastery? Wouldn't you love to hone your skills? The longer fabric soaks in the dye bath, the more vibrant and lasting the color. Hard work may sometimes take its toll. It can feel isolating and frustrating. Do it anyway. Turmeric stabilizes the body, increases vitality and strength. So yeah, note to self, let's start drinking that golden milk, sweetheart. Remember to care for yourself at the root. If you are struggling with diminished self-worth, here we go with the self-worth again. Teach your craft to others. And I look up and I see 441, my birth time. So yeah, I was born to teach whatever the hell it is that I think that I know. Look for ways to engage the community in your projects. It's like I can do whatever I want to do alone, but there is a calling within me to drag you all along, you know, or at least put the invitation out there. I mean, I'm more than happy to be alone. That's what surprised me so much, that I actually was feeling loneliness, like genuine loneliness over the weekend, because usually when I get some time to myself, I'm like, yeehaw, little doggy. It's just me, myself, and I. You know, I love being alone. I really do. But I also love knowing that you're journeying along with me, you know. And I do. I love you. I do. So I like to engage you in my projects. I do. Turmeric medicine survives because it has been passed down through the generations. Trust the value of keeping time-honored traditions alive. So how to let go is basically like, yeah, you give it away. How to let go of what you're holding on to, you give it away. I feel so good when I post a video about something I've learned, because it's until you can give it away, it's not truly yours. If it's yours, you can give it away. So how can we connect more with the 8 of earth and craft with turmeric? We can enjoy some warm golden milk made from milk, honey, turmeric, and ginger. And I would recommend a little bit of cracked black pepper in there too. But yeah, more ginger in my life. I feel you. I feel you, because even turmeric's bringing in ginger. So it's like, I don't have to let go of ginger. I don't have to hold on, like I'm holding on to the 8 of fire, ginger. And that's what it was saying. It's not like anything's going to be lost. You're still going to have what you've learned from the 8 of fire. But let's be honest, it's burning your hands. You can't do everything. You've got to only do what flows easily, and the rest we let go. And then it's important for us to let go of what the trivial stuff or the weak stuff or what's not working, because then we can hone our craft. We can hone our skills. We can follow our dedication that will lead to mastery. So how to let go is with more dedication to what is working. Also, some fun ideas: make a turmeric dyed prayer flag as expressions of joy, or maybe host a turmeric dyeing party. Gather community and teach them what you've learned. Yeah, let's do it outside. So nobody's kitchen. Well, although my counters in my kitchen are yellow, so I guess we'll do it here because it's not going to matter. My house is such I don't want to say it's such junky shit, but if we spilt turmeric all over the floor, nobody here would cry about it, because the floor is basically duct taped in parts, and we've got patches of odd vinyl here and there. But trust me, a little turmeric is not going to hurt anything. So anyways, that's our 8s on top. Wow, with the moving forward spread. All right, moving on. Took a little break, made a little ginger, turmeric, watered down turmeric, because the last time I made golden milk, I got burnt. Like, I put so much turmeric in it, it was like unpalatable. I was like, oh, what were you thinking? Like, I was basing it on color and not my actual taste buds. So this time I went really light on the turmeric. I actually used like mostly water, and then some almond milk, honey and ginger and black pepper. And I like it. Like, I would rather have it a little bit weaker and watered down than like too much and like a turn off. You know what I'm saying. So anyways, did you get your first 2 cards? Or do you feel like moving forward? Because our 3rd card is where to go. So this should be interesting. Like, where to go. I felt like the turmeric was giving us already a lot of direction, like where to go. Hone your skills, hone your craft. Like, what are you actually good at? What do you actually want to invest in? It's like we send our kids to school, and like, it's like they're forced to like learn all of the subjects. And so like, yeah, they get a little taste of all the subjects, but they don't actually get good at anything. Like, if they're good at math, focus on math. Like, let's make some serious mathematical masters, right? But we don't produce mathematical masters, because we make those mathematical inclined kids, we force them to learn English and science and sit through a fucking Spanish class that they don't give a shit about. Do you know what I mean? Like, we make them be, quote, well-rounded, so they don't have time to focus. If they had the time to focus all their energy, they could really be a math whiz, but we don't let them, because we have to make sure they're well-rounded. So anyway, something to think about. I should just shut up and drink my tea. and think about where to go. Where to go. All right, so that's going to be our third card. Get your decks. Put your tea down. It's good. I like it like this. I do. I really like it. Thank you, 8 of Earth, for reminding me. And my body actually, I can feel like my angry hamstrings and my joints, and I'm doing okay, but I can just also tell some turmeric and ginger would be very, very helpful for this time of year and this point in my life. So let's do that. Okay, we're open. This could be funny. Where to go? Okay, so our third card is where to go, and then our fourth card will be who to be. So where are we going and who are we? Where to go and who to be. Let's do them both, you know, like we did the top two. We might as well do that. Get it going here. Oh, where to go. So number 3, this is bottom left. Where to go. Where to go. Where does the Herb Crafter Tarot think that I should go? Oh my gosh. Okay, it's the top one, but it was like the top 2 kind of. So where to go, I get the 9 of Air, which is pomegranate, which is friggin' the underworld. I just want to peek and see what the other card was on the top. Comfrey, 10 of Fire. All right, so that's interesting, 8, 9, 10. So, but the one that made it on top is this sharp little knife that is just cut through the pomegranate. And she's almost one of my stalker cards, isn't she? The pomegranate. Where to go? Something just told me that like the comfrey is actually who to be, and that's why they wanted to come out at the same time. Really? I mean, I guess it could be. Where to be, the 10 of Fire. All right, I said I wanted to pull both cards. 2 cards tried to come out. I wanted to do them both at the same time. I'm okay with being comfrey. Are you okay with being comfrey? I'm totally okay. The other thing that I do love about this is moving forward, the moving forward spread. We have 8 on the top, then we have the 9 of Air, and then we would have the 10 of Fire. So 8, 9, 10. That's definitely moving forward. Okay, yeah, I'm good with that. Are you okay with that? Or, like, I bend my own rules all the time. And on the bottom of the deck, just so you know, there's another stalker, the 6 of Earth, the Pine card. How many times have I seen that pine? So if maybe I got lots of choices here. Pine more than pomegranate has been stalking me. So if I want to do that stalker spread later, you know, that might be something to look into. But I really feel now for sure that these 2 cards are the last 2 cards, 3 and 4. Where to go, 9 of Air. Who to be, the 10 of Fire. All right, I just guzzled down that golden milk. That's the way to make it for me, just a little bit watered down. But I can still taste the almond milk. It's really not the best almond milk. I got it from Dollar Tree. But it's a good, it seemed like a good brand, like Barista or something. It was cute, but I don't know. It's a little different. Okay, ready? Let's answer these questions. Where to go? We got 9 of Air. 9 of Air. And then, yeah, I mean, it's funny sometimes that, like, you have to listen to your intuition. And then I realized that that 10 of Fire is who to be, because I was summoning both of those questions. I thought I was going to have to shuffle twice, but sometimes you don't have to shuffle twice. All right, so go with it. Always listen to yourself. Even if it don't make sense to you, it makes sense to you. Even if it don't make sense to everybody else. All you can do is follow your own path. So where to go? 9 of air says no love, no grief. Claim your underworld crown. You are the sky. Everything else is the weather. So this is definitely one of my stalker cards. I mean, how many times do I have to tell you the story of Persephone? like how many times have you heard the story of Persephone when you're hanging out with me? All the freaking time, because she's one of my stalkers. Persephone is always stalking me. 9 of air, pomegranate, going in the underworld, claiming my crown, all the freaking time. I should definitely question my stalker at some point if I can't figure out the point on my own. But so she's it's funny because she's like, the question is where to go, and pomegranate's like, go to hell. Where to go? Honey, you can go to the underworld for all I care, okay? So apparently I'm supposed to keep diving into my darkness. I'm supposed to keep examining, observing, experiencing my grief. I'm supposed to keep on going into these places where I'm like, I don't usually feel lonely, you guys. That was weird for me. But I went there. I dove in there. I was like, oh my God, this is awful. But apparently it was like, it almost feels sometimes like it's part of my research after the fact. I'm like, oh, that was just part of my research. At the time, it feels very real. You know, I'm like completely volunteered to the experience. But then afterwards, I'm like, oh, yeah, I can see how I just needed to go there to do some work. All right, so in this picture, there are branches of a tall pomegranate tree. They are sagging with the ripe, heavy fruit. Then beyond the tree, there is a pathway that leads to a desert mountain. So where to go? I need to go to the mountains, you guys. Just like the hot air balloons are like, you know, getting ready. Like they literally are. Like, it's not really mountains they're over, but it's like rocky terrain, caverns, canyons, you know, but this definitely is a mountain. Let's go to the mountain, the desert mountain. The sun disappears, then reappears beneath unpredictable storm clouds. On a table inside, a large pomegranate is split open with a bowline. And get yourself a bowline, girl. I do have a little curved knife that is kind of like that, but it's not that fancy. All right, I got to get something more dangerous looking. I got to get that knife. I do love knives. I have a machete. I have like an emerald green hunting knife. I like don't use them, but I have them. I love them. I don't know why. Anyways, on a table inside, we've got that pomegranate split open with a bowline. It's on like a wooden cutting board. The red juice is dripping out of it. There's seeds scattered. Some of them have fallen on the floor. So, you know, it's beautiful that this is under the ginger, under you know, what I'm holding on to. Because the pomegranate says, let go of what you cannot control. As we're doing this moving forward tarot spread, we have to let go of lots of things that aren't serving us, that aren't benefiting us, that we don't enjoy, and the stuff that we cannot control. Let that go too. Pomegranate is the tree that leads to Demeter's agonizing loss in the Greek myth. Her daughter Persephone consumes the seeds and seals her fate as queen of the underworld. As a hike through the desert will prove, pain is one path to wisdom. When heartache enters your life, do not turn away. In the prophet, Kahil Gibran says, the deeper the sorrow carves into your being, the more joy you can contain. Do not hurry your grief. Pomegranate fruit must be harvested at just the right time. It will not ripen off the tree. You will live through shattering experiences and still stand proud. When you are ready, quench the thirst of guilt, regret, and worry. Invite in forgiveness. So where to go? The only place to go is down the path of forgiveness. Where to go? Down the path of forgiveness, and it is most definitely a desert path. I mean, my practice of forgiveness, whew, and that's why I'm going to do the Course in Miracles again in 2021, because I can do better. I know I can do better. So you can craft with the 9 of air and pomegranate. You could write your grief with a feather and pomegranate juice. Like, use that as your ink. Tear open a pomegranate. Enjoy the seeds. Claim your underworld crown. So it's nothing to be shameful or hidden. When we dive into our darkness, no, everyone doesn't want to share that, right? No, I don't want to tell you I literally bawled for an hour over this or that. You know what I mean? People don't want to say my heart was wrenching so bad I, could have thrown up. Nobody wants to boast about that. However, that is the strongest of the strong. When you can be faced with shattering experiences and grief and not turn away, not run away. Stand there with it, be in it, sit in it, die in it again and again and again until you just realize there is no death and you'll be fine. So anyways, another thing you can do is drink pomegranate juice to calm the spirit and heal the heart when it is overcome by emotion. So where to go? Go into your emotions, go into your feelings, go into your darkness, go into the underworld of your life. Go there, be there, show that you're not scared. And then where to go after that? To the mountain of, I would say, peace, because what the path that you follow is the path of forgiveness. And yeah, it's a desert path, and you'll feel like you're dying, and it'll just be crazy, and there's storm clouds. You don't know what the hell's going to happen, but you just keep on walking that path until you get to the mountain. You'll get there. All right, so who to be? Who to be is the 10 of fire, 8, 9, 10 of fire. So we've got fire, we've got air, we've got earth. I love it. I really love it because it's moving forward. Even though we didn't get any water, there's a lot of emotions, even though we didn't get a water card. But this is all about, I think, overcoming or integrating, or I don't know, man. There's no water here. Why not? Because we're not going to drown in our emotions anymore. We're going to face them. We're going to dive in them. But it's so interesting that we've only got fire cards, earth, and air. And see, comfrey is the 10 of fire, but isn't comfrey such a juicy plant? She is juicy. So I love that, because it's not like we were just talking about the desert path. We can walk the desert path and not feel parched or dehydrated or dying of thirst. Not with comfrey around. Not with comfrey around. And golden milk saying, not with golden milk around. Pomegranate saying, not with my juicy fruit around. Even ginger up there with the limes and the onions and, this mouth-watering dinner that's on fire on the stove. I mean, we're not going to die of thirst, is what I want to say. So who to be? Who to be? Today we're going to be comfrey. We're going to be the 10 of fire. Okay, but listen to what she says. There can be too much of a good thing. Stop, step away, soothe yourself. Cut it down and it roars back to life. So I literally feel like comfrey is sending us back to the kitchen with ginger, with the 8 of fire, where my hands are being burnt because I'm trying to do too much. I'm trying to do everything. I'm trying to, I don't know. Like, I didn't really feel like that, but then at the same time, I'm also saying, Spirit, I need more energy. And so I would say I have to look at what I can wrap up, what I can complete, what I can make easier on myself, things like that. There can be too much of a good thing. Let's talk again about my golden milk that I made last week. Yes, turmeric is beautiful and wonderful for you, but if you add too much of it into your drink, you're not going to want to drink it. It's too much of a good thing. You can do the same thing with ginger, right? Just too much, right? Too much fire, too much turmeric, too much. They're good things, but it's like, too much of it. I guess you could probably do that with anything, right? Enjoy your pomegranate, but if you eat 23 of them, you're going to have pomegranate diarrhea. Too much of a good thing. So comfrey wants us, she's like, who to be? Be that person that knows how to step back, that knows how to stop, that knows how to step away and soothe yourself. Be that person that knows how to cut it down to the ground and not even worry about it because it's going to roar back to life. It's like I could literally quit and dump all of my projects. I'm not going to, but I'm just saying. I could cancel this podcast. I could light Herbal Marie on fire. I could delete my YouTube channel with literally, today I looked, 1,777 subscribers. Yeah, 777s. I'm blessed. I could delete it. I could say I'm not doing anything anymore. I could cut it all down to the ground. And guess who would roar back to life? Me. Because I'm comfrey. Because I'm comfrey. Because you can't, it's like you just cannot stop that creative fire. So don't ever feel like you have to hold on to anything, because even if it all disappeared, you would begin again. So that is a great attitude to move forward with, because we can make our creations, we can produce our projects, and then we can let them go. We can give them out to the world, we can soar them off, we can let them fly away, and then keep moving forward. And I can tell more and more I want to keep moving forward, because I have to keep reminding myself to update the indexes on my blogs. Hey, all right, you just did 3 more podcasts. Did you update the links? Did you post here? Did you post there? I'm ready to cut Instagram. I hate posting on there sometimes. It's like I'm already 3 nerdy words behind, and it's like, do I have to post every single one? Probably not. Instagram might be something that I could just kind of, I don't know, cut. Not completely, but a lot, and it wouldn't really make a difference, because it's that weak, sickly plant in the garden that isn't really doing much. It's there, but it's not really growing or looking robust. So, I could keep it there, but I also could put my energy into the other plants, into the other projects. So let's talk about comfrey, because that's the 4th card. Who to be? Be comfrey. Come free. Who to be? Come free. Be free now. It's so obvious, you guys. Come free. Be free as you move forward. Piles of comfrey fill a basket on a crafting table. Leaves hang above the stove to dry. The counter is scattered with jars and beeswax. Oil drips onto the wooden surface. The bulging apothecary spills over with medicine and has little room for any more. Peace follows overwhelm. You may be overextended. The shelves in this room are full, yet the crafting continues. Rest and replenish so your experiences can take root. Refresh your love of creating by releasing some self-imposed responsibilities. Comfrey quickly becomes burdensome and difficult to manage, but it will regenerate after a harsh cutting. Even a small amount can quickly flourish into a new plant. Commit to just a few tasks and set the rest aside. Pushing too hard will lead to waste and exhaustion. Do not be afraid to give away some of your creative ideas. When you harvest too much, let what you cannot use feed the soil for next season's growth. So this has just absolutely been an amazing reading, definitely telling me to let go of the fire. Even comfreys, like make a comfrey salve for burns. I mean, it's so obvious. I'm trying to hold on to too much, do too much. I need to rest and soothe my overworked spirit. So a great spell might be to get a comfrey leaf. Get a piece of paper, write down what it is I'm ready to release, roll it in the comfrey leaf, dry it, and when that baby's dry, I will torch that. I will burn it and let it all go. So anyways, comfrey is here to say, who are you going to be? Someone who comes back to life even after you give yourself a harsh cutting. Cut back, step back, rest, relax. Take a vacation in the underworld. Take a thermos of golden milk with you. Get away from the fire for a little bit and only focus on that which you really want to put your mastery into at this point. Heal, be soothed, be comforted. 8, 9, 10. We'll do it all over again. There's no stopping us. We're going to create. That's who we are. But we do need to be smart enough about it and know that there are things that we might be holding on to that we can let go. And then, set our sights on the mountain and then just be that person to come free. Come free. Come free of attachments. Come free of your ego. Come free of the past and move forward. On that note, you guys, thank you so much. That was super awesome sauce. I loved it so much. Shout out again to Starseed Academy. Fantastic layout. Let's drink our golden milk and move forward. Lots of love. Thank you so much.